Hey everyone, what's up? Today we are going to be talking about the green children, okay? So the green skinned children. During the 12th century, the village of Woolpit was an agriculturally productive and densely populated part of rural England. One day, Woolpit's villagers saw two children, a boy and a girl, emerging from the wolf-trapping pits. They had green skin, spoke an unknown language, and were dressed in strange clothing. Both children, who were later discovered to be siblings, were taken to the home of Sir Richard de Clalm, about 6 miles from Woolpit. In their first several days there, the children refused to eat anything but beans. Over time, they got used to different foods and their green skin faded to a normal coloring. Sadly, the boy would become ill and die, but his sister survived. She eventually learned English and explained where she came from. According to her, she came from a land called St. Martin's Land where the sun never shone. She and her brother were looking after their father's flock when they heard a strange noise, which caused them to enter a cave. When they crossed to the other side of the cave, the siblings arrived in Woolpit, where they encountered the reapers that discovered them. After this revelation, Richard Decane named the girl Agnes. I don't know why, but she just did. And she worked for him for years before marrying the Archdeacon of Ely, Richard Barr. According to one report, the couple produced one child. Now, what are some possible explanations for this story? Where there are several. The question remains: is this story a folk tale or actually part of real history? Throughout the years, there have been numerous theories attempting to explain the children's. The first theory is that they were actually suffering from hypochronic anemia, known as chloros. The condition is caused by a poor diet which turns a person's skin green. However, after eating a normal amount of food, the skin returns back to normal. Yeah, just just like in the story. Theory 2: arsenic poisoning. This theory states that the children had arsenic poisoning. Because of this, their caretaker left them to die near the Norfolk-Suffolk border. Horrible caretakers. Theory 3 suggests that they're Flemish immigrants. During the 12th century, many Flemish immigrants arrived in England, being persecuted by King Henry II persecuted them. The siblings could have been children of Flemish immigrants who were killed in the Battle of Fornham in 1173. Fornham St. Martin was a nearby village, so it's possible that the children were orphans, entered an underground mine passage in the area, and eventually arrived at Woolpit. However, it also seems unlikely Richard Decane was an educated person would recognize Flemish if the children spoke it. Theory 4: extraterrestrial origins. Perhaps the most exciting theory out of all the other ones, Robert Burton, the English scholar for anatomy of melancholy, hypo- hypothesized the green children fell from heaven in 1621. The idea would continue to gain popularity in Francis Godwin's speculative fiction the Man in the Moon. So this guy literally thinks that did he literally think they just dropped from the sky, or is it like metaphorically fell from heaven? Because either way, because if it's the former, then yeah, no, you're weird. If it's the latter, then okay, maybe. Now, what about their legacy? The Dream Children's legacy. Anyways, this story would later serve as an influence for poets, novelists, and even operas. Kevin Crossley Holland wrote the children's story The Green Children in 1966, and later a children's opera based on the same story. Herbert Reed, a famous English poet and philosopher, would write the most famous retelling of the story in his The Green Child in 1935. The list of artists and writers who were and still influenced by this story goes on, even though the real facts about the case may never be known. The story continues to fascinate people, creating new stories for each generation. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video on the Green Children. If you want to see more of this kind of like stuff from like history, let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.